Hello there, very good evening and welcome to your Primetime News Bulletin. I'm Shen Silva.
And I'm Katerina Chang. But before we get into our stories in detail, let's take a look at your headlines tonight.
MP Sajjan Gunawardena remanded until the 20th of May. Former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa questioned by the Bribery Commission again. Fuel prices will not be increased, a guarantee from Minister Patili Champika Ranavaka.
තෙල් මිල වැඩි කරන්නේ නැහැ. ඒ පතුරවා හරිනය කරන්නේ අමූලික පට්ටපල් බොරුවක්.
Minister Ravi Karnanayaka to file 2 billion rupee lawsuit against Mahinda Rajapaksa.
UPFA MP Sajjan Gunawardena has been placed under remand custody till the 20th of May after he was produced before the 4th Magistrates Court this evening.
The Criminal Investigations Department arrested MP Gunawardena earlier today on charges pertaining to the misuse of 20 vehicles belonging to the Presidential Secretariat. MP Sajjan Gunawardena, who was summoned to the CID this morning, was taken into custody after he was questioned on the charges against him. MP Sajjan was then produced before the 4th Magistrate Court. The magistrate then ordered that he then be detained until the 20th of this month.
Meanwhile, former Defence Secretary Gotabaya Rajapaksa was once again called into the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption today.
The former Defence Secretary was called in for questioning at the Commission to investigate allegations of bribery or corruption relating to several complaints lodged against him. Gotabaya Rajapaksa, who was called in for questioning this morning, left the Commission this afternoon and returned in the evening to provide a statement. Meanwhile, the former Defence Secretary filed a fundamental rights application today in seeking the intervention of the Supreme Court to prevent his imminent arrest. 44 respondents have been cited in the petition, which was compiled by Attorney-at-Law Sanath Wijewardena, including Prime Minister Ranil Wickremesinghe, the Cabinet of Ministers, the Attorney General and a Deputy Inspector General of Police. Even though the petitioner requested that the petition be taken up today, it was not brought before the bench as it was not included in the list of cases for today. The petition is to be considered on Wednesday.
Former Minister Johnston Fernando has been further remanded till the 25th of May after being produced before the Kurunegala magistrate.
Fernando was summoned to the Financial Crimes Investigation Division on the 5th of May in order to obtain a statement with regard to an alleged irregularity where the former minister had purchased items from Satosa but had not paid for them. The former minister, who was arrested after a statement was recorded from him, was remanded until the 6th of May after he was produced before the Colombo magistrate. Thereafter, he was produced before the Kurunegala magistrate courts and was further remanded until today. During the proceedings, Johnston Fernando's lawyers submitted that the financial transaction that was carried out with Lak Satosa was not an offence under the Public Property Act. Lawyers have compiled a lengthy submission with regard to the Public Property Act, stating that it had no relation to it. An order has been given with regard to this. Thereby, we hope to request a revision application from the Supreme Court so we can challenge the order. Considering the submissions that were made, the magistrate further remanded Johnston Fernando and former chairman of Lak Satosa, Nalin Fernando, until the 25th of this month.
Colombo Chief Magistrate Gihan Pilapitia ordered the Colombo Crime Division today to arrest UPFA Western Provincial Councillor Nawzar Fauzi and present him before the court over an incident where he had allegedly threatened a businessman with a firearm 3 years ago.
The magistrate reprimanded the police for not taking prompt action with regard to this incident which took place 3 years ago. Police stated that they were unable to proceed as the Attorney General's department failed to provide the legal advice necessary in this regard. The magistrate emphasized that awaiting legal advice is not necessary to carry out an arrest after inquiries have been made into an individual who has committed an offence.
The Prime Minister's office says that the Police Financial Crimes Investigation Division or its Secretariat is not controlled by the Cabinet subcommittee titled the Corruption Eradication Committee. The PM's office, issuing a communique, stated that it would certify that the investigations carried out by the police, FCID and the other law and order institutions function independently.
The communique issued by the Prime Minister's office further states that the role of the Cabinet subcommittee is to assess the progress of the investigations carried out by the police, FCID and other law and order institutions and to ensure that the law is enacted accurately. The communique reiterates that there is no political interference in the mechanism of enacting the law.
In the meantime, UPFA MP Attorney at Law Janaka Wakkumura says that he cannot accept the communique issued by the Prime Minister's office.
No matter what is being said by the Financial Crimes Investigations Division or the Prime Minister's office, as per the Gazette notification issued on the 13th of February, the division will come under the purview of a Cabinet subcommittee headed by the Prime Minister. Since that was mentioned in the Gazette, we had urged the President on a number of occasions to annul it. Not only politicians, public representatives and others will be under them according to this. We urge them once again to annul this and to work in line with the fundamental law of the country, instead of working according to a personal agenda.
Civil activists are voicing their displeasure over the arrest of professionals who can serve the country. They claim these arrests are being made with ulterior motives. They say that good governance being used to arrest professionals instead of persons involved in large-scale fraud and corruption will yield negative results for the country.
Dr. Salia Vikramasuriya, former Chief Operations Officer of the Reconstruction and Development Agency or RADA, who was arrested by the Police Special Investigations Unit, has been remanded until tomorrow. The Police Special Investigations Unit arrested Dr. Vikramasuriya, claiming his involvement in financial fraud. Dr. Vikramasuriya functioned as the COO of RADA, which was established to coordinate and implement the operations of various institutions undertaking post-tsunami reconstruction. An expert on oil and gas exploration, Dr. Vikramasuriya has served overseas for more than 20 years. Dr. Vikramasuriya, who returned to the country with the intention of rendering his expertise in service to his motherland, has previously functioned as chairman of the Board of Investment and the Sri Lanka Ports Authority. He has also played a significant role in oil exploration in the country, having served as the Director General of the Petroleum Resource Development Secretariat since 2011.
He is a person who is internationally renowned for his work on deep sea oil and gas exploration when it comes to both the science and the management. Because of his leadership, commitment and guidance, gas deposits were discovered for the very first time in Sri Lanka. He provided immense support in the development in postgraduate and graduate level programs in oil exploration and the management of the resource. He launched a book for the first time on deep sea oil exploration in Sri Lanka. Even universities in America have requested copies of the book. National resources like him are rare and we must protect them.
As a result of them chasing after small fry instead of chasing down the sharks, we have a problem as to whether the government truly wishes to instill the rule of law or good governance. We know that a major controversy has arisen in the country regarding the auctioning of treasury bonds. This scandal has cost the country billions of rupees. This has been confirmed. This scam has been referred to the Bribery or Corruption Commission. A Financial Crimes Division or FCID has been established in the country. I do not know why this investigation was not referred to the FCID. As of today, there is no talk of drugs or ethanol. There is no talk whatsoever about the politicians who imported the intoxicant known as ecstasy. This is not what the people of this country hope for. We believe the law must be equally enforced for all people.
As mentioned in your headlines tonight, Finance Minister Ravi Karunanayake says he is preparing to initiate legal action against former President Mahinda Rajapaksa, claiming damages of 2 billion rupees. Speaking at a media briefing held in Colombo today, Karunanayake said his reputation had been damaged by false claims made by Mahinda Rajapaksa that he had sent a list of names to the Lanka Development Bank for the granting of loans.
I have instructed my lawyers to file a 2 billion rupee lawsuit because if not, this will turn into jokes and games. I must remind you that the people speaking now are those who spoke of helping Hambantota that amounted to 83 million rupees. Are they speaking in this way having done that? I am bringing up this because our names have been dragged into it. The economy of the country has been destroyed today. They ask us why we are stopping projects. I call on the former finance minister to come to the finance ministry, or if not, I will go anywhere to meet the former president. Let us debate where these have been stopped.
The chairman of the Lanka Development Bank, who also attended the media briefing, pointed out that under the previous regime, the bank had acted in violation of its purpose when granting loans for small and medium-scale enterprises.
A large portion of the loans that were granted have been written off as bad debt. As of today, there's a sum of 1.6 billion which has been written off as bad debt. We initiated a credit audit recently, and through this we saw the Gem and Jewellery Authority obtained a loan of 5 million rupees after leaving some stones which had no value as collateral, with a false estimated value of 1.4 million. When we opened the safe, we discovered that these were court stones. A loan of 30 million had been with the deed to a temple as collateral. The money was disbursed and even the monks were unaware of it. At the same time, a sum of 75 million rupees had been given as a loan to a person who did their political work in Trincomalee in order to build boats. Another businessman received a loan of 330 million without any due diligence being undertaken. When the bank refused to provide the loan, a letter came from the Presidential Secretariat instructing that the loan be granted. Minister, one of the sons used to recruit people for jobs at our bank using chits. We have to operate the bank with such people today.
The appeals court has ordered the governor of the Central Province to refrain from removing Sarath Ekanayake from the post of Central Province Chief Minister. The order was made subsequent to considering a petition submitted by Sarath Ekanayake.
Chief Minister Sarath Ekanayake in his petition cites that a certain group of provincial councillors are trying to remove him from the post of CM through affidavits. The CM had requested that an order be issued for this to be stopped, as it is illegal. The appeals court, considering the petition, issued an order to the governor to not change the post of Chief Minister based on affidavits. The announcing of the decision pertaining to the writ petition filed against removing Shashindra Rajapaksa and appointing Harin Fernando as the Chief Minister of the Uva province was postponed to the 21st of this month. Shashindra Rajapaksa filed this petition claiming that it is illegal and against the constitution to appoint Harin Fernando as the Chief Minister when he was functioning as the Chief Minister, having been elected by the people. Meanwhile, the request made by the Chief Minister of the Western Province, Prasanna Ranatunga, to stop the appointment of another individual as the Chief Minister through affidavits was rejected by the appeals court today. The appeals court stated that there is no risk of Prasanna Ranatunga being removed from the post of CM.
Bail was granted to Mayor Janaka Ranawaka and the opposition leader Sugat Apuhami of the Kotte Municipal Council. Bail was granted after the case pertaining to a brawl that took place on the 7th of this month was taken up by Additional Magistrate Augusta Tapatto of the Colombo Magistrates Court.
Facts had been presented to court by the Walikada police stating that a brawl had taken place between the mayor and the opposition leader. Mayor Janaka Ranawaka was released on bail, which was set at 10,000 rupees and two sureties of 100,000 rupees each. The complaint lodged by Janaka Ranawaka against Sugat Apuhami was also produced to court today. Lawyers representing Sugat Apuhami stated to court that the opposition leader is receiving treatment for the injuries he had received in the brawl at Ward 18 of the National Hospital in Colombo. He too was released on bail set at 10,000 rupees and two sureties of 100,000 rupees each. The court announced that the two complaints are to be taken up in court again on the 5th of October and will be referred to a mediation board.
Minister Rajat Sena Ratna commented on the activities of local government authorities at an event held in Berwala today.
The tenure of local government authorities will conclude on the 15th. Elections were held on the 30th of March. It will be extended by 1.5 months in order to see how the councillors will behave. But there was no difference. So, no one has created governments to get beat up. We would not get beaten up when we have overtaken another government. When I'm not ready to get assaulted in my political career, when some good deeds are done out of a feeling humanity, people see it as a weakness. This happened to Mr. Bandaru Nayaka. Now our president listens to everyone and is considerate to everyone. Then they accuse him of being a coward. That is what they think. He is administrating the state in the best way.
The inauguration ceremony of the library of the Badnagoda Junior School in Berwala was held under the auspices of Minister Rajitha Senaratne this morning.
The Rambhumi Rally for Unity, which is journey across the length and breadth of the island, spreading the message of coexistence and harmony, reached Chavakacheri today. The Rambhumi Rally for Unity commenced day 4 of the journey from Chunnakam this morning.
The Rambhumi Rally for Unity, which is bringing Sri Lankan hearts together brick by brick, commenced day 4 of the journey in Chunnakam this morning, following the overnight stop in Jaffna. The people of Chunnakam welcomed the Rambhumi Rally with indigenous cultural performances. Following an event held opposite the Chunnakam bus stop, the brick with the name of Chunnakam engraved on it was placed on the main float of the procession.
Together with the youth of the north, we are happy and proud of this endeavour to raise awareness among the people, to win the hearts of the people and to create sustainable peace in the country. We extend our best wishes to this journey for unity with peace, democracy and good governance.
The Rambhumi Rally for Unity made its way from Chunnakam to Point Pedro, pausing at the world-famous Nilavarai well. Nilavarai is renowned the world over as it is a well with no identifiable end. The Rambhumi Rally for Unity reached the northernmost tip of the island, Point Pedro, amid the blessings of the people this afternoon. An event was held opposite the Point Pedro bus stop, featuring many cultural performances to welcome the rally. The people of Point Pedro too gifted a brick to the Monument of Unity, signalling their support for development devoid of division.
The Rally of Unity.
We have all come together to foster unity and harmony through this journey. We believe that this journey from village to village across the country will bring about national unity. This rally is very important to further strengthen unity within the country. This will help bring about a good country where all communities can live in harmony.
The Rambhumi Rally for Unity then journeyed to Chavakacheri, the end point of day 4 of the rally. Notwithstanding the rain, the people of Chavakacheri too joined the Rambhumi Rally, expressing their support for the country's development. The Rambhumi Rally for Unity will join from Palai to Elephant Pass before reaching Mullathib on day 5 tomorrow.
You can follow the progress of the Rambhumi Rally for Unity by visiting our Facebook page, facebook.com/Newsfirst.English. You can also follow the rally on social media by searching for the hashtag Rally for Unity, that is Rally, the number 4 and Unity. In the meantime, the Department of Meteorology says that there is a high possibility of thunder showers across the island. The department added that heavy rainfall of more than 100 millimeters is also expected in some areas. Meanwhile, several accidents occurred in several areas across the island owing to the inclement weather conditions.
One person was killed when the vehicle he was travelling in was swept away in a water current in Balavatta, Gokaralla. One of the persons travelling in the vehicle survived the ordeal.
When I was returning from my garden, I came near this bridge. I saw the body of water was approaching the area in a fast pace. It is when I came further in that I realized that the water current was approaching us very fast. It is then that I, together with the person I was with, made a decision to turn around and head back. It is at that moment that the body of water swept the car away like a boat. When I approached the bridge, I rolled down my shutter to see the strength of the current. The doors of the car were locked at the time. I did not see anything. I was able to get out of the car after I managed to find the lock to open the door while not being able to see anything.
කිසිදයක් පෙවුන්නේ මම ඉතින් අඳුරේ අතපත ගන්නවා වගේ අතගාලා බලනකොට මට යම් කිසි විවරයක් අහුණා ඒකෙන් මම පැනලා.
The victim was identified as 60-year-old Don Deva Priyadari Singha, who was a resident of the Uyandanavanta area in Kurunegala. According to the railway control room, a culvert in the Mahayawa area along the Mathale-Kandy railway line collapsed owing to inclement weather conditions. As a result, services along the line came to a standstill. The railway control room added that measures have been taken to restore the railway line in the area. Meanwhile, the Department of Irrigation noted that the sluice gates of 10 main reservoirs across the island have been opened. Director of the Water Management Unit of the Irrigation Department, Janaki Migastanna, added that the spill gates of another 20 reservoirs have been opened. It has been reported that areas of Kathragama and Sella Kathragama have been inundated due to the opening of the sluice gates of the Veheragala reservoir. Sluice gates of the Kalaveva and Nachado reservoir in Anuradhapura were opened due to heavy rains experienced in the area. The Kalaveva Aukana road was inundated as a result. Meanwhile, it has been reported that the sluice gates of the Noravava and the Thissavava have also been opened. The sluice gates of the Kandalama reservoir too have been opened. Several low-lying areas in Makandura and Ravangoda were inundated as a result of the Kirima Ara breaking its banks. Our correspondent noted that there was a risk of the spread of disease in the area as a result. Meanwhile, a member of the Civil Defence Force died when he was struck by lightning in Veerana, Arlaganvilla. Police noted that 2 other persons were admitted to the Polonnaruwa General Hospital as a result of shock. The incident occurred when they were stationed at the Veerana bus halt last evening. The deceased was a 47-year-old resident of Maha Ulpata Arlaganvilla. Furthermore, a house located along the Madagama Kotobova road in Bipile was damaged by a lightning strike.
Stalls at the Mahargama Market Complex premises constructed by the Urban Development Authority at a cost of 42 million rupees were gifted to traders yesterday with the intervention of the chairperson of the Mahargama Urban Council. However, the Gangodavilla Magistrates Court issued an order yesterday preventing anyone from entering the complex.
The UDA commenced construction of the complex with the intention of introducing organizational efficiency to the Mahargama weekly fair. The complex, which comprises of 246 shops, is nearing completion. While the UDA has undertaken construction at a cost of about 42 million rupees, this money has to be paid to the UDA by the Mahargama Urban Council. However, the council is yet to make payment. As a result, the UDA took steps to seal the office and toilet system at the complex. The police too had received a complaint that the council was attempting to declare open the complex without making payment to the UDA. Having considered submissions made by the police to the Godakavilla Magistrates Court, the court issued an order yesterday preventing traders from entering the complex. It was against this backdrop that the chairperson of the Mahargama Urban Council, Kanti Kodikara, gifted the shops in the complex to traders yesterday.
This is an administrative problem of the Urban Council. As those in charge of the Urban Council, it is our duty to distribute these shops and gift it to these people. We have fulfilled this duty and responsibility.
Nevertheless, the UDA maintains that if the Urban Council makes payment for the construction of this complex, then it has no problem with the shops being allocated to the traders.
Power and Energy Minister Partali Champika Ranawaka says that a decision has not been made to increase fuel prices. Speaking at a media briefing convened in Colombo today, the minister also said that there is no truth to the rumour of an impending fuel shortage.
Sipetco and Lanka IOC recently made requests for fuel prices to be increased. At a media briefing held today, however, Subject Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka said that Sipetco had earned a profit of 17 billion rupees over the past 3 months. He said that there is no requirement whatsoever for a price hike in this backdrop.
තෙල් මිල වැඩි කරන්නේ නැහැ.
Fuel prices will not be increased. Those who are spreading this rumor are doing so with the purpose of creating fear and suspicion among the people and to create fear and suspicion in the market through a baseless and blatant lie. Those who are saying there will be a fuel shortage are a group of criminals. The rumor that Sipetco is incurring losses and will be sold is a blatant lie. Over the past 3 months, Sipetco earned a profit of 17 billion rupees before tax. There were people who imported oil to Sri Lanka without calling for any tenders. We are reviewing this and this has angered them. These persons who are angry that are losing a portion of the hundreds of billions they earn are using certain media institutions and certain politicians to carry out this task.
The minister also elaborated on the introduction of a price formula for fuel.
We have made submissions to the Economic Development Committee regarding a fuel price formula. An expert committee has been appointed and they have reported information to us. In the near future, we will submit it for cabinet approval and we will look at implementing it. Although there is no official price formula, we hope in the future to manage the expenses and revenue of Sipetco in line with the price formula.
Speaking at an event held in Lunugambehera today, Minister of Housing and Samurdhi, Sajith Premadasa, responded to a previous comment made by former Minister Bandula Gunawardena.
Our former Minister of Education says that he will go to Geneva for the injustice that is happening to them. What did they say when individuals went to Geneva in the past? They said it was the LTTE headquarters. Former Minister Bandula Gunawardena labelled all those who went to Geneva in the past as traitors to the country. I am not surprised. The person who said 2,500 is enough to live on is now saying that he will go to Geneva against the injustice that is happening to them. The foundation stone was laid for a new classroom building in the primary school in Beralihela, Lunugambehera, under the patronage of Minister of Housing and Samurdhi, Sajith Premadasa.
Udyama Kurukula Ratna assumed duties as the new chairman of the Urban Settlement Development Authority today.
Udyama Kurukula Ratna is the son of a senior attorney at law and former UNP MP from the Galle district Buddhika Kurukula Ratna. Udyama Kurukula Ratna is a past pupil of St. Thomas's College, Mount Lavinia and graduated with a BSc in Business Management and Accountancy from the University of Connecticut. He assumed duties this morning subsequent to religious observances.
This will operate as a part of the ministry of Minister Sajith Premadasa. We have a big task ahead. Over the past several years, there have been setbacks in the livelihood of the people in low-income housing. It is our aim to prioritize and assist these people.
The residents of Hadalawattala are facing severe difficulties due to a canal blockage. According to them, even though this situation was brought to the attention of the authorities, the problem has not been resolved.
A part of this canal flows opposite Dr. ASP Lianage Mawate in Handala. This is also an entry point to a prominent international school in the area. The canal has been blocked due to the extensive growth of aquatic plants. Making matters worse, garbage keeps collecting alongside the roads in this area.
මේක ඒ වගේ සුද්ධ කරනවා නම් මේ දෙපැත්ත කුණු දාන එක එහෙම නවත්තනවා නම් ඇත්තට මේ සෑහෙන මිනිස්සුන්ට ප්‍රයෝජනයක් නිකන් හරි යන්න බෑ ඒ නිසා තමයි අපි ටීවීල කියන්නේ හැමදාම මේ අපි මේ පොඩි අයව දාගෙන යනකොට මේ ප්‍රශ්නට අපි මුහුණ පානවා දැන් හිටපු ගමන් මෙතනින් ගොඩක් වතුර ගලන්න පටන් ගන්නකොට අපිට පාර පේන්නෙත් නැහැ ඒක කවුරුත් බලන්නේ නැහැ කිසි කෙනෙක් බලන්නේ නැහැ කුණු දාන මෙතන ළමයි පයින් යන ළමයිට යන්න බෑ පායක් වගේ පැත්ත නැල උතුරපු ගමන් වතුර දානවා පාරට
News First inquired from the chairman of the Vatala Pradesh Sabha, Thiagoratne Alves, regarding this matter.
The canal has not been cleaned in 5 or 6 months, I think. Even the estuary is blocked. It has been 12 years since they had started constructing an anicut there. Our tractors that discard the garbage into a cleared land in the Muthurajawala swamp area cannot reach those areas. This issue will be resolved as soon as water goes down in that area in a day or two. This will be resolved.
Former Sri Lankan fast bowler Champaka Ramanayake has been appointed as the fast bowling coach of the Sri Lankan national team. The appointment takes effect from the 1st of June this year. Ramanayake's appointment will cover 3 inbound tours, namely of Pakistan, India and the West Indies. Ramanayake replaces Chaminda Vas, who resigned from the position on the 30th of April.
Let's now look at some weekend action from the Inter-School Division 1 Rugby League.
St. Peter's College Colombo 4 beat CWW Kanangara College, putting on a dominant performance. St. Joseph's College Colombo 10 overcame Wesley College Colombo. St. Thomas's College Mount Lavinia secured victory against St. Anthony's College Katugastota, while prominent Kandy team Dharmaraja College were also defeated by Science College Mount Lavinia. In a tightly fought contest, Royal College Colombo inched through with a 1-point win against arch-rivals Trinity College Kandy in the first leg of the Bradby. Royal College Colombo have now overtaken Trinity College Kandy to secure first spot in Group B, while Isipatana College Colombo continue to hold first place in Group A.
And on that note, we conclude this edition of Prime Time News. I'm Katharina Chang.
And I'm Shane Silva. Take care and good night.